Before you scroll past this video, stop, just for a moment. Because something in you clicked on this for a reason. Maybe you didn't even know why. Maybe you're tired. Maybe you've been smiling on the outside, while something inside you has been quietly breaking. Stay with me, because what I'm about to share with you isn't just another motivational video. This is for the person who has been praying the same prayer for months, for the one who feels forgotten, for the one who is still standing, even when standing feels impossible. If that's you, I need you to take a deep breath right now, in and out. Because before this week ends, something in your heart needs to shift. Not your circumstances yet, your heart. And that shift starts today. Let's be honest with each other for a second. Life has not been easy. You've carried things that no one else even knows about. You've cried in silence. You've smiled in public and broken down in private. You've prayed prayers that felt like they hit the ceiling and came right back down. This next part is important. So many of us have been taught that if we are good people, if we have faith, life should feel lighter. But that's not always true. Sometimes the people with the deepest faith carry the heaviest seasons, not because they did something wrong, but because something powerful is being formed in them. Maybe you've been waiting for a breakthrough that hasn't come yet. Maybe you've been waiting for healing, for restoration, for someone to come back, for a door to open. And the waiting has worn you down. You've asked yourself questions late at night. Am I doing something wrong? Why is this taking so long? Does anyone even see what I'm going through? I want you to know something. You are not alone in this. Millions of people watching this right now have whispered those same questions into the dark. Don't overlook what comes next. Because pain doesn't always mean punishment. Sometimes, pain means preparation. Think about anything strong in this world. Steel doesn't become strong by staying cold. It becomes strong by going through fire. A seed doesn't become a tree by staying safe underground. It has to break before it can rise. Most people miss this part of life. We want the breakthrough without the breaking. We want the strength without the storm. But growth doesn't usually happen in comfort. It happens in the waiting room. It happens in the disappointment. It happens in the nights when you didn't think you could make it. But you did anyway. Every difficult season you have walked through has been quietly building something in you. Patience you didn't have before. Wisdom you couldn't have gained any other way. A faith that isn't based on perfect circumstances, but on something deeper. Stay with me, because this is where most people give up too early. Right before the shift happens, right before the answer comes, right before the door finally opens. There's a quiet truth woven through Scripture that so many people overlook. Some of the most faithful people in the Bible went through seasons that felt like silence. They waited, they wept, they wondered if they had been forgotten. But in every story, the waiting wasn't empty. It was preparing them for something greater than what they originally asked for. Strength was built in the wilderness, not in the comfort of the palace. Wisdom was sharpened through trials, not through easy days. Faith was deepened in the valley, not on the mountaintop. This is important, so don't miss it. The Bible never promises a life free of struggle. It promises something better. It promises that you don't walk through the struggle alone. It promises that there is purpose hidden inside the pain. It promises that what feels like delay is often just timing you cannot see yet. You may not understand everything you're walking through right now, and that's okay. You don't have to understand it to trust that something good is still being formed. Here's something most people never realize until years later, looking back. The very season that felt like it was breaking you was actually the season that built you. The friendships that fell apart taught you who truly stays. The doors that closed protected you from paths that were never meant for you. The waiting taught you patience you couldn't have learned any other way. The disappointment taught you to lean on something deeper than your own strength. This next part is important, so really hear this. You are not behind. You are not failing. You are not forgotten. You are simply in a chapter of your story that requires more strength than the last one. And the only way to build that strength is to walk through exactly what you are walking through right now. I know that's not easy to hear, but it's true. And somewhere deep inside you, you already know it. Let's pause here for a moment. I want you to think about everything you have already survived. Every heartbreak, every disappointment, every moment you thought you couldn't take one more step. And yet, here you are, still breathing, still watching this video, still moving forward. That is not an accident. That is strength you may not even recognize in yourself yet. Stay with me, because this matters. So many people are waiting for a sign, a feeling, a moment of certainty before they believe things will get better. But sometimes, belief has to come before the evidence does. Sometimes you have to choose hope before you feel hopeful. Sometimes you have to whisper, "I will keep going," long before you see the results of that decision. That whisper is not weakness. That whisper is one of the most powerful things a human heart can do. I want to speak directly to whatever you are carrying right now. If it's loneliness, you are not as alone as you feel. If it's grief, your pain is valid and healing is still possible, even if it feels far away. If it's fear about the future, uncertainty is not the same as hopelessness. If it's exhaustion from trying so hard for so long, rest is not giving up. Rest is part of moving forward. If it's unanswered prayers, unanswered does not mean unheard. Don't overlook what comes next, because this might be the part you needed most. Some seasons are not about getting what you asked for right away. Some seasons are about becoming someone who is ready to carry what you asked for. Imagine receiving everything you've prayed for before you were ready to handle it. It might slip right through your hands. So this season, this hard, exhausting, confusing season, may actually be preparing your hands to hold what's coming. Here's the turning point, the moment where everything starts to shift, not because your circumstances suddenly change, but because your perspective does. You start to see the waiting differently. You start to see the struggle differently. You stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and start asking, "What is this building in me?" That single shift changes everything. It doesn't mean the pain disappears overnight. It means the pain gets a purpose. And pain with a purpose is something you can carry. Pain without purpose is what breaks people. So if you remember nothing else from this video, remember this. What you are walking through right now is not the end of your story. It is the chapter that makes the rest of your story powerful. The comeback, the breakthrough, the healing, the peace. It's still coming. And the very thing that feels like it's holding you back may be the very thing preparing you to move forward stronger than ever before. I want you to picture your life a year from now. Imagine looking back at this exact moment, the one you're in right now, watching this video. Imagine realizing that this was the turning point. Not because anything magical happened, but because this was the moment you decided to stop giving up. This was the moment you chose to keep believing, even without proof. This was the moment you whispered to yourself, "I will keep moving forward," even when everything in you wanted to stop. That decision, right now, in this moment, matters more than you realize. Because the people who make it through hard seasons aren't the people who never struggle. They are the people who keep taking one more step, even on the days it feels impossible. You have already proven you can do hard things. You have already survived every difficult day that led you to this one. And you will survive this season too. So here is what I want you to hold on to before this week ends. You are not forgotten. You are not behind. You are not too far gone for things to turn around. The struggle you are facing is not the final word on your life. It is simply a chapter, and chapters end. New ones begin. Healing comes, doors open, strength returns, peace returns, joy returns. Maybe not all at once, but it returns. This week, before it ends, let something shift in your heart. Let hope replace exhaustion. Let trust replace fear. Let perseverance replace the urge to give up. You have survived everything that has tried to take you out so far, and you will survive this too. If this message touched something inside you, if even one part of this reached the place in your heart that needed it most, I want you to do something right now. Type these words in the comments below. I will keep moving forward. Let it be a declaration. Let it be a reminder to yourself and an encouragement to someone else scrolling through the comments who needs to see it today. You never know who needs to read those exact words. And if this video brought you even a small piece of peace, please consider subscribing to Heaven's Message today. This channel exists for moments exactly like this one, for the tired hearts, for the weary souls, for the people who are still believing, even when it's hard. We'll be here, walking through these seasons together, one message at a time. You are stronger than you know, you are more loved than you feel, and you are not walking through this alone. Keep moving forward. Your breakthrough is closer than you think.